Vinnie seeks revenge on his brother's killer. Candy and Harvey have a fallen out. Lori is stripping. Darlene is back. And Paul loses the love of his life. This is the Deuce Season 3, Episode 5. Hey y'all, how y'all doing again? This is Mr. Big Rose 11, and I'm gonna give you the recap of the Deuce Season 2, Episode 5. So we this week we suffered another loss though, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute, right? So excuse me. So this episode, starting with this episode, this episode starts off after Frankie's funeral. This family's having to recite. We didn't see him get buried or had like ceremony, a ceremony or something like that though. So this takes place after Frankie's funeral, and families getting together having dinner, and they watch a video of Frankie and his family, which he made a few months ago, and he's giving his eldest son advice, telling him to look out for his brother, right? And he mentions a tale about him and Vinnie getting into some kind of fight, some baseball game, something like that. And at the end of the video, the family they discovered that he taped over a porno. And I mean, Frankie's ex-wife, Frankie's widow, she's like pissed and all that stuff. So, and the episode started on a high note though. Vincent and his family getting together, for after Frankie's funeral and all that stuff. I mean, Vincent missed his brother Frankie. Hell yeah! By the way, about Frankie, right? So, what he did was he's still a con artist. He's still a piece of shit and anything like that, though. But when you be when you're in a drug game and you be doing something stupid, and then you're gonna get yourself killed. Frankie got what he deserved. He had it coming. I mean, I know he worked with the mob and all this stuff, but you worked with drug dealing on the side though, and then he created a lot of enemies because he was like tampering with the coke and all that stuff, and he got the guy pissed off. He just killed him, murdered him, just like that though. So the truth thing about the drug business is that I mean it's not good because there are two ways. The two bad ways. You might get locked up or get murdered, or so they say, and they are going for hard times. They didn't think about getting a job. But Frankie, he was such a screw up, man. Always gambling habits and all that BS. Everything catches up to him, man. You doing porn by yourself and drug dealing, doing all the shady underworld stuff. You get carried away, and then all the shit happens. Like I said, Frankie had it coming to him like last week episode. So the episode started out with and his family get Vinny and his family coming together after Frankie's funeral, having a good time, watching the video, showing some laughs. But that's only gonna be a moment. But things just gotten a bit worse for Vinny. His club got shut down. After his brother's death. So next thing you know is that he confronts Rudy, Ruby, something like that, the mobster though, about he blaming him for his brother's death, and then Vinny was like, "It's all business, you mob guys, right?" And Rudy got offended by that shit. He don't know nothing about this is Frankie's death. Even though Rudy and Frankie have fallen now, Frankie don't like Rudy anyway. There was tension between them, and they were at first they were plans on just to put the grudge aside, let things go, but it's too late now though. Frankie's gone. So and this is like a going thing where a downward spiral because Vinny wants to track down the guy who killed his brother though. So he goes to this one of them Greek drug dealers, and he asks him who killed Frankie, and the guy was like, it was just a mobster. Someone that he pissed off, something like that. It's this guy with the short hair and the beard. And then he meant to say something that he's like Greek men love, and the drug dealer said Greek men love cars. So Now Vinnie has a vendetta. You know, he wants revenge for killing Frankie. So Abby noticed this because she sees Vincent talking to Big Mike and all that stuff, and they plan on doing something. So Abby comes over to Vinny, tells him, "Please don't do it. Don't do this, please." But Vinny ignores the pleas, and he tracked down the guy who who killed Frankie. And was it the guy that killed Frankie, or is it somebody else? I mean, you change the search or anything like that, but are we sure is that the same guy that killed Frankie? To me, I think it is though. But the next thing you know is that what happened was that Vinny confronts the guy who killed Frankie. He shot him twice. Shot him in the eye, shot him in the leg. Did he die? Yeah, I don't know. Vinny's on a downward spiral because since he lost his brother, he lost his club. He just going off. And we don't know what happened to the guy that Vinny shot though. We don't know if he died or what. So moving on to Candy, right? Him and Harvey have an argument because at first, though, Candy was planning on going on a date with this rich dude, right? And then and Harvey's like he read her new script and he didn't appreciate it though. He didn't like it, so they had like a tense moment, and then Candy was like, "F you, Wasserman." They just argued right there though. And then as soon as Candy got home though, she got a call from an answering machine saying that her date from she got a message from her boyfriend saying that he had to go out of town to do some business though. And then she gets another call from her father saying that his the son is back in the city. So Candy goes over and meets him at the diner and they talk. And her son, he had a drug problem and he was asking her for money, and because he wanted and set up some Sherpins or whatever. And then when Candy was mentioned something about investing it, though, I mean, he got offended. I mean, next thing you know, his feelings came out, and then he lashed out against her because he was told by other students that his mom is a whore. And as a matter of fact, he was right though. He already realized that Candy, his mother, was doing porn and selling her body in the streets though. That's messed up. Candy. I mean, she got trying to get a reality check after that other lady Andrea, talked down to her last week though. I mean, Candy's getting a wake up call. So after this, she goes back to Harvey's office, lying on the couch, and Harvey finds her, and they be talking, and they're trying to work things out. So, and meanwhile, Lori though, so she's out on her own stripping, doing some promotion at some strip club, and her boyfriend's not even there for her. So, after Lori was stripping, and then she was like, she had a fan ask her, "You could do better than this," and all that. And after that, she went to go to the diner to get something to eat, and there's this creepy guy trying to talk to her, but Lori was like, "Nah, nah, nah, I'm good. Have a good night." Just ran off. And the next thing you know, she heads back to her hotel, and she knows this unknown guy stalking her. At first, and I thought it was a boyfriend, something like that, though. Other than that, though, I mean, she just tried to rush into the hotel room, and the guy's still calling her. And next thing you know, is that he's like stalking her and shit like that. I mean, he was calling her name, Lori, Lori. She gets in the hotel room, and after that, though, next moments later, though, he starts knocking on the door, calling her name and stuff like that. And then panic and stuff like that. I mean, she calls the hotel manager saying that the guy is stalking her, and it turns out that there was no guy stalking her, just the hotel manager saying he's not there. Woo! And looks like Lori's gone paranoid now. Is it the drugs or something like that though? Well, she taking a lot of coke though. She been doing all that paranoid shit and like that though. And I mean, and she's still, and then after that, she goes and buys a gun for protection, and then you see her getting in her car or jeep, and she's heading to Indiana. Is she heading back home? Right now, with Lori, I mean, she's getting insecure, and then She's becoming insecure and paranoid, and she got anxiety and issues. I mean, when you do all that do all that drugs though, you be developing all that shit, man. She be bugging out, you be freaking out and all that stuff though. Oh yeah, by the way, guess what? Darlene is back. Right, yeah. So she stops at the hi hat. She sees Abby. They have a hug, and Darlene, aka Donna, that's her real name. She tells Abby that she got her GED on the nursing, but she can't get a job as a nurse. So so Darlene and Abby, they went to this place. She's trying to get a job because the reason why she can't be hired as a nurse because of her criminal background because she was selling her body back in the days. I mean, that was like maybe about almost 15 years ago. No, that was like several years ago. I mean, last time we saw her though, she was she was like she was saying she was going she was a prostitute and she was doing porn at the same time. That was before she left Larry Brown, right? So she went to this place, see if she could get like an appeal, and then Abby goes with Darlene to these people trying to get a license, trying to get approval and all that stuff. So one of the people asked Abby what she does. No, no, no. What happened is that Abby told him that what she does. She says that Abby tells him that she works at the hi hat, right? And somehow, that's where Abby met Darlene back in the early '70s. That was like 1971. So I don't know. I don't know if Darlene will get the job or not, though. I mean, at least she got a GED, but she's trying to get a job. I mean, she changed. She's proven to change her life around, though. But sometimes, people they try to see it differently and like this discrimination shit because they remember they just know that she has a criminal background, like for prostitution. So it's some discriminatory bullshit. So we'll see what happens though. Welcome back, Darlene. Paul's Paul's boyfriend, right? He's in the hospital and then he's on his deathbed, right? Because he's dying of AIDS. So Paul asked the doctor if you could take him home, and the doctor was like, "Nah, you can't take him home unless you like a relative or like a blood, because you're not blood. No, he can't go home unless he's signed by the family members." So he gets in contact with the poor boyfriend. His boyfriend's parents, though they haven't seen him since 1969. So they came to town, and then Paul takes Todd home with him, along with Todd's parents, and then he tried, tried to talk. I was expecting a huge argument from the parents, but the mom was like forgiving and caring, but Todd's father, he was like, I don't want to hear this shit though. I mean, I just saw him. I mean, because he already knows that he be doing gay porn and all that stuff, so he just felt a bit uncomfortable because of his lifestyle. So he just excused himself from the dinner table. But Todd's mother, she was like caring, asking, having nice conversations with Paul. He's forgiving because Todd is dying. Paul's boyfriend Todd is his, by the way. So and then toward the end of the episode, Paul just discovered that Todd had passed. And then next thing you know, he calls his estranged father on his phone because he haven't seen him in a while. So what happened is we didn't see Todd's face. He's gone. He's not on the bed and he's not in the apartment. So it's a sign that Paul's boyfriend is gone. See, when you get AIDS like that, it's like a death sentence. I'm not gonna say anything harsh about it. So if the lifestyle you live in and stuff like that, and you're not taking care of yourself, if you get reckless in your lifestyle, you go crazy, and then you're gonna be experiencing some diseases and all that stuff. So you gotta use protection. And second of all, I mean, Paul and Todd's lifestyle. I mean, I mean, it's 1985. You know, everyone was scared about the AIDS, and they say it was a gay disease. But guess what? You're not supposed to be doing immoral stuff. So I ain't gonna say much about that. So it's a good episode. So hopefully, sometimes you gotta you gotta watch, take care of yourself. That's all it is. So until next time, I'll see you next week.